Hello everyone, I'm Jack Fisher and welcome to my world. And in general, I try to maintain a certain level of faith in humanity. Emphasis on try. I don't deny that it's become considerably more difficult in recent years. Spend enough time on the internet with trolls, assholes, and grifters, and your faith in humanity will take a hit. But even after the COVID-19 pandemic, I had a generally optimistic view of humanity as a whole. I mean, yes, we are an imperfect species full of imperfect people. And yes, we make mistakes, do dumb things, and fall into self-destructive cycles, sometimes willingly. But in general, I'm of the opinion that most individual people, outside of social media, viral news, and TikTok challenges, are good, decent people just trying to get by. They may believe different things and hold different opinions, but at the end of the day, we're all more inclined to do good for one another than we give ourselves credit for. That being said, the human race has its share of hard limits. As good as we might be, we're still heavily influenced by our nature. It's easy to forget that, biologically speaking, we aren't that different from our hunter-gatherer ancestors who roamed the African savanna 100,000 years ago. Like it or not, our brains and our bodies are still wired by evolution for that environment. We can and have adapted to a lot of changes over the centuries, but the biggest and most drastic changes often come from the tools we've created. You don't have to know anything about our ancient ancestors to appreciate how impactful those changes can be. I mean, in the year I was born, the internet didn't exist, cable TV had less than 100 channels, cell phones were the size of bricks, and most commercial computers couldn't even display color. Things have changed a lot over the course of my lifetime. Things have changed even more over my parents' and grandparents' lifetime. But even though many of these tools have made our lives considerably better, there are always consequences and side effects. The internet is an amazing tool, but you need only spend 5 minutes on social media to see some of humanity's darkest inclinations. And even as we become more aware of those inclinations, we're still developing new tools and technology. The incentives are always there, driven by economics, politics, or good old-fashioned ego. Just in the past century alone, we've developed some pretty dangerous stuff, from nuclear weapons to genetically engineered pathogens. And regardless of that danger, we're going to keep developing these tools. That raises many important questions. But there's one in particular I'd like to highlight, and I'd like to present it in the form of a thought experiment. What technology can humanity not be trusted with? This has been a relevant question for decades now. Ever since the invention of atomic weapons, we've seen and demonstrated just how dangerous certain technology can be. Beyond just the devastation caused at Hiroshima and Nagasaki in World War II, we've come distressingly close to nuclear war on several occasions. I won't go over every instance, I'll just say that on more than one occasion, we were just one bad decision away from a full-fledged nuclear war. Look up the names Stanislav Petrov and Vasily Arkhipov if you want to know more about that. But as dangerous as nuclear weapons are, they're not the most dangerous technology we could develop. One of the reasons I'm offering this thought experiment is because of recent developments in the field of artificial intelligence, or AI. In the past couple years alone, new AI tools like ChatGPT have become mainstream. And it's not unreasonable to say that this technology will affect society in profound ways. From how we go about our work, to how we go about learning, to how we create entertainment. The possibilities are so great that we literally cannot imagine how impactful it'll be. But, contrary to what some might believe, these chatbots are a long way away from the kind of AI we see in movies. Tools like ChatGPT are not Skynet from the Terminator or the machines from the Matrix. They don't have the kind of broad general intelligence that an average human has. Yet. But make no mistake, we are advancing towards that point. And if you're watching this video now, there's a good chance that we'll get there within our collective lifetime. We may very well be only a couple decades away from an AI that's as smart as an average human, if not more so. And that's a technology that people far smarter than me have compared to nuclear weapons. While it certainly has the potential to do a lot of good, it can also become an existential danger. In many AI circles, it's called the control problem. And it's kind of what it sounds like. If we were to create an AI that's even a little smarter than most every human on the planet, how can we hope to control it? And if it ever develops ill intentions, how could we possibly stop it? Those are very relevant questions with respect to AI. But they also expand to other technologies, some of which might end up being even more dangerous. Even if we can handle advanced AI, and that is a big if, what are other technologies with existential danger? Can humanity be trusted with something like an antimatter bomb? Can it be trusted with genetic engineering technology that could create lethal pandemics? Can it be trusted with geoengineering technology that modifies the Earth's climate? These are all things that aren't relegated to science fiction. These are all real technologies that real people are working on at this very moment, directly and indirectly. There are likely plenty others that I haven't mentioned, don't know about, or can't even contemplate. They can take many forms and have many uses, good and bad. But the underlying concern is, at what point does the bad outweigh the potential good? Is there a point where a certain technology is so dangerous, or the potential for misuse so vast, that there's just no way for humans in their current form to manage it? And just ask yourself, would you trust anyone, be it an individual, an institution, a country, or an organization, with a bomb capable of destroying the planet? Would you trust anyone with access to the kind of nanotechnology that could turn the whole planet into a froth of gray goo if misused? And even if we can manage these things in the short term, what about the long term? If it only takes a single mistake or a single error in judgment to destroy the world as we know it, can the human race truly be trusted with it? Unlike some of the other thought experiments I've pitched on this channel, these kinds of questions aren't something we can table indefinitely. There's a bit more urgency with some of these ideas, because the pace of technology will continue to accelerate. Some of these dangerous tools will happen within our lifetime, and when that time comes, will we be ready? Can we ultimately be trusted with something that can destroy us if misused even slightly? I don't pretend to have all the answers. I don't think anyone does at this point. But these are thoughts and questions we should definitely take seriously. Because if some dangerous technology emerges and we're not ready for it, the consequences could be a threat to both our species and our entire world. Thanks for watching, everyone, and thanks for joining me in my world. Please stay tuned for more engaging thought experiments, and please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, take care and stay safe.